Hello my fellow book addicts, Megan here, and time for another video. Today I'm going to be talking about The Hammer of Thor by Riordan, and this is book 2 in the Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard series. So it's taken me just a little longer than I expected to get to review this. I bought it when it first came out back in October, read it, I read it super fast, and then just stuff kept happening, so I wasn't able to sit down and film a review until a good month after I read it. And I wanted to reread it before I reviewed it, just so everything's more fresh in my mind. And then I reread it months later after that, and the same thing happened. And now I have finally been able to sit down and film a review. So, better late than never, right? Alright, so I really enjoyed this book. I thought it was a really nice continuation to this trilogy, and it makes me so sad being reminded that this is just a trilogy. As I quickly fell in love with all these characters. I love Magnus, I love Sam, I love Alex, I love Blitz, I love Hearthstone, and just all these characters I love so much. And it saddens me knowing that we already have just one more book left in this series. So, as we might remember in the last book, The Sword of Summer, we learned that Thor has lost his hammer. So, like the title of this book suggests, Magnus and co. are trying to locate Thor's hammer. Because if the giants found out that Thor did not have his hammer, they would invade Midgard, and that isn't a good thing. And other than really saying that, there's not much I can say without giving spoilers, so I'm gonna just go off into my non-spoilery bit right now. So if you have not read The Hammer of Thor yet, I highly suggest you click away now and come back after you catch up. I already know I'm not gonna cover quite a bit of what happened in this book, because this would be a really long review then. So I'm just gonna really cover the first things that come to mind. So we get a new character in this book, and their name is Alex. And Alex is a transgendered, gender fluid person. And I just gotta say, I love Alex. Her character is awesome, and I loved her interactions with all the other characters and how she just doesn't take shit. She is tough, and I like her. I like her a lot, and it's saddens me knowing we're only gonna get one more book with her. You know, unless there's some crossovers between this and the Trials of Apollo series, which I am very much hoping for. So Alex is a daughter of Loki, so she's Sam's sister. But unlike Sam, Alex really doesn't feel like she needs to restrict herself with her demigod abilities. She happily takes advantage of her shape-shifting abilities, and she does it with pride. And I like her logic behind doing that. And how she takes kind of Loki's symbol, or one of the symbols associated with Loki, the Ouroboros, I believe it was, saying like, you know, why should he have power over this symbol? I want to make it mine. And she puts it on all of her pottery, and I believe she had a tattoo on the back of her neck of the Ouroboros. And she feels if she takes control of her powers, it gives Loki less control over her, which it does. And I thought that was really cool, and also terrifying that Loki can literally command his children to stop breathing, and they stop breathing. Just the level of control he has over his children terrifies me, especially because poor Sam. She doesn't have the same control over her powers like Alex does. And that has to do with her being unwilling to change. She is too set in her ways, set in her mindset, and that will affect how much control Loki has over her. I just felt so bad for Sam in this book. Loki has been majorly messing up with her life. He was causing stress between her and Amir and her grandparents, and he was trying to marry her off to a giant to form an alliance. And just, oh my god. I do like how the wedding was taken care of, though, of Alex pretending to be Sam, and Sam pretending to be another child of Loki, and just, it was brilliant. Little bits of comedy we got in there too were pretty funny. And if my heart didn't go out for Hearthstone already, it certainly did after this. We actually meet Hearth's father. They had to go to the elf realm. And goddamn, elves are jerks. They are stuck up, and I just did not like them from the get-go. Especially Hearth's father. He was a jerk. Especially to Hearth. He blames Hearth for Hearth's brother's death. I'm still learning how to pronounce half these Norse words. Alright, so in a mythology class I took in my community school, we learned about, what is it? Wergild? Vengild? I can't remember the pronunciation. And Vari. We learned about both of those in my mythology class, so I was vaguely aware of what they were. So, the fact that Hearth's father was so insistent on him paying this price for his brother's death, and how they set impossible standards for him to pay this debt back, it's just, I wanted to punch the guy in the face. Just, oh my god. It really sucks that Hearth had to grow up in that kind of environment, and it made my heart ache for him. But it also made me super happy that he has Blitz and Magnus in his life now. He has people who care about him and would never treat him like his parents had treated him. Or the other elves, for that matter, for him being deaf. So yeah, it seems pretty clear that we are going to be seeing Hearth's father again in the next book. I'm curious to see how he's going to be sanity-wise, because he seemed pretty crazy after he got that ring. Understatement, but I am curious to see how much more crazy he has gotten. Like, I'm picturing right now something along the lines of Gollum from Lord of the Rings. And going back to Sam and Amir. Poor Sam has been trying to show Amir the secret side of her life, the Norse side of her life. And it takes him a while to see through the mist and to accept things. But he does, because he does really care about Sam. And Sam really cares about him. And they're just such a sweet couple. I love them. I ship them hard. And I really hope they both come out at the end of the series okay. And, you know, he handles the whole Norse reveal pretty well. So, kudos to him. Major kudos to him. And Jack, I still love, as always. Jack is humorous. I pretty much loved any part that he was in. He added a nice little batch of comedy to whatever he was a part of. And it's still so funny to think that we have a sword for a character now. Out of all the series we have a weapon that is an actual character. And the nice big little bomb on us, we got Loki, who's free now. So Ragnarok is going to be very quickly on its way. So Magnus and the gang have to get together with a few other people and go to Scandinavia. And I can only imagine what craziness will ensue. I mean, back during the Heroes of Olympus series, things were pretty crazy when our gang had to go to Rome. So I can only imagine what kind of craziness will happen when Magnus and co. have to go to Scandinavia. I imagine things are going to be quite difficult. Especially since Magnus made some enemies out of the ocean gods. So things aren't going to be very easy, which very well is going to likely lead, or at least I hope it's going to lead, to a crossover between what's going on here and the Trials of Apollo. Because at the very end, Annabeth is like, I think it's time you met my boyfriend Percy. So I really hope Magnus and Percy get to meet. I think it'll be really funny, because both of them are just sassy as heck. And I can just see them having this lovely little sass-off, and it will be glorious. Not to mention, I am curious to see how things work when Norse gods and Greek gods are kind of clashing. So Percy's the son of Poseidon. So how is that going to interact with Magnus and his ocean god troubles? Like, are they going to cancel out? Is there kind of going to be a bit of butting heads between Poseidon and, I am blanking on the god's name, but the husband of Ram, I think it was? I'm still learning all these god names. But really, all in all, I adored this book. I don't think there was a part that I did not like. So there's not much more I can say without repeating myself over and over again. So I'm going to cut myself off here. And yeah, that's it for this book review, and I hope to see you guys next time. Keep on reading, my fellow book addicts. Keep on reading.